tell us a little bit about fair use? Maybe you could just
Okay.
define it to start with.
Sure. Actually, I'm going to steal someone else's definition because I think it's so good. Fair use is the lubricant between copyright law and free speech. So when copyright law would block you from using something that's very important to your free speech, fair use comes in as a way to allow you to use something if a copyright holder is denying you permission or making something unreasonable for you to obtain. The thing to remember about fair use is it's a case-by-case basis. Every individual use has to be evaluated to determine whether that use is fair use. And if you do want to claim fair use, you have to get a written letter from a lawyer saying these are, in my opinion, the fair use items in this film, because you're going to need to show that to your E&O insurers. Otherwise, they'll charge you a fortune because they'll consider it riskier. So gatekeepers, when you deliver your material to ITVS, when you deliver your material to your E&O insurer, you've got to have those legitimate explanations of what fair use is. Now, there's a misconception that if you're claiming fair use, you should absolutely not contact the copyright holder. That is kind of a myth. Yes, it's a little tricky to put yourself on the radar of the copyright holder, but in fact, you're strengthening your fair use case if, in fact, you go to the copyright holder and they either turn you down because, let's say, you're being critical of that company in your film, or if they make the price of the clip, of licensing the clip, totally out of bounds with market value. And that's a little tricky because, you know, a studio could charge you $7,000 or $10,000 for a clip, and that sounds like it's outrageous and out of bounds, but that actually is what market value is. So you couldn't claim fair use just based on the idea that they're pricing it out of your price range. It's got to clearly be a price that's meant to dissuade you from using it because it's way out of bounds.